With Roman Reigns' cousin accused of not returning money to a charity and more. My name is John, and you're watching The Wrestling Report. Speaking about signing a full-time deal with a major promotion in the future, Matt Cardona told Not Sam Wrestling, "I have not been in any communication with anybody. They know my numbers. So listen, I would have a phone call with anybody, but I don't know if I would go back to either big company right now. I feel like Steph DeLander and I are killing it, no matter how you define success. Accolades, money, happiness, I'm the most successful I've ever been in my career." Touching on the success of AEW Forbidden Door, Dave Meltzer said on Wrestling Observer Radio, "As far as TV viewers, TV pay-per-view, which is the only number that I have right now, it was 12% higher than the previous two shows were on the same day, which was the Wednesday after the show. If it grows like the other two shows did, then it'll be a big number. And it also, is going to do, besides how it does in the United States, it's also going to do much bigger in Japan than the other pay-per-views because of the New Japan buys. Why is that? That's, 5 to 8, somewhere between 5 and 10,000 more buys, plus the normal, whatever this number is going to be. Whether it's 150, 155, maybe a little lower, I don't know. That's not including the Japan buys. I expect it to end up as the biggest, at least since Double or Nothing last year." At Forbidden Door, Hiroshi Tanahashi took on MJF for the AEW World title, as the Japanese star would be criticized for his performance. Talking about this on Busted Open Radio, AEW President Tony Khan said, "I think what you just said makes a lot of sense. It's a vocal minority on social media. I think the vast majority of fans who follow the sport closely know that Tanahashi's a legend, that it's amazing that he's fighting through these injuries and doing the best he can, and yeah, he's got bad knees and every once in a while he might have a slip as he tries high-flying moves. But in the end, he had an amazing fight on Collision, he had a great match, Tanahashi versus Swerve, and he had a great match with MJF at the pay-per-view. Not everything Tanahashi does is the same as it was 10 years ago or 15 years ago, but Tanahashi is one of the great legends of the sport, and certainly over the years, he's accomplished so much, and I know that really for us in AEW, we have so much respect for him, and I think what you said makes a lot of sense, but you can't let the opinion of a couple people get in the way of a great career of somebody like Tanahashi." On his one-of-a-kind podcast, Rob Van Dam said this about a return to WWE as an authority figure. "I would consider it. My first thought is that, I'm really not comfortable in a suit, so I would hope that they didn't want me in a suit." Talking about his time working for WWE as a backstage agent, Arn Anderson noted this about Vince McMahon's plans at one point for Randy Orton. "Vince wanted to give Randy Orton or Batista the push. When he decided on John Cena, he just said to me one day, 'Okay, Arn, I am giving Cena to you. Teach him how to work, teach him the business,' just like that. From that point on, I guess he told whoever assigned the matches, give Cena to Arn, and I started working with him and worked with him the entire time that he was being groomed and what he became. Some guys already started to balk at it, and I had to do some politicking with these guys and let them know it's okay. Normally, you wouldn't get beat in that amount of time, but hey, it's going to be everybody, guys. So don't be the guy that bucks up and loses their job, because everybody is going to put the guy over and in record time." Recalling his time working with Brock Lesnar, Dominik Mysterio told Inside the Ropes, "I remember being super nervous getting involved with Brock Lesnar. I mean, for obvious reasons. But yeah, it was a very, very interesting part to start my career with WWE in 2019. It was a lot of fun." For that same interview, Dominik Mysterio revealed that WWE's original plans for him were to work on NXT, saying, "When I was offered this opportunity against Seth Rollins at SummerSlam 2020, I knew that if I turned it down, there wasn't going to be another opportunity like this. And my dad told me, he was like, this is completely up to you. If you want to do it," he goes, "I can't make your decision for you." And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I was like, I don't know if this thing is going to happen again or I'm going to get the shot. So I was like, I'm going to take it. And he was like, all right, you think you're ready? I was like, we'll see. Afterwards too, I was supposed to go down to NXT and do the whole developmental thing, and now the process is actually supposed to go. But it just never happened so, and I never asked or complained. Following AEW Dynamite, where he jumped off a ladder through a table, Sting addressed the crowd. Here's the clip.
I'll mirror that too. You guys deserve it too. If I'm gonna have a bunch of stitches in my lip and a tooth that seems halfway knocked out, it was worth it to do it right here. Thank you for Tony Khan for allowing me to do this. Just like that. Tell you.
Talking about the urban legend of Brian Knobbs once beating up Matt Damon at a bar, Booker T said on his Hall of Fame podcast. Knobbs beat him up. That's a true story. That's not a legend. Somewhere, I can't remember where it was. Look, I don't know exactly what happened, but my brother was there. Knobbs beat up Matt Damon in a bar. The thing is, they probably didn't know who Matt Damon was because he was young at the time. John Cena was recently seen enjoying a meal with a friend at a restaurant where a fan came up to him with a camera. Here's the video.
Say again?
You can't see me like...
How about, can I enjoy some time with my friends?
Sorry.
Giving an update on the pro wrestling training of Olympic gold medalist Gable Steveson, Dave Meltzer noted on Wrestling Observer Radio, "I have heard from people who say that Gable is picking things up and he's going to be better than a lot of people originally thought." During a live stream, Ryback talked about the situation regarding his stalker, who has threatened him on multiple occasions. Here's the video.
This is a very serious matter. I've already had to block somebody on Twitter who thinks this is some sort of publicity stunt. Yourself. If you think that this is absolutely, this is as real as it gets, and I'm not going to stop my life. I'm not going to sit in fear with all of it. I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm going to keep moving forward, and I'm going to use this motherfucker, and I'm going to get more attention and raise the awareness of my social media suppression with everything with Twitter. And there's a lot of things going on, certain things I won't talk about, certain things I will talk about today, but we're moving forward. And Chase, we're going to get you one way or the other. We're going to get you the help you need with this, whatever is mentally going on. And I feel like a lot of bad stuff is going to be discovered very soon.
Ryback would also say this about pro wrestling promotions being in contact with him recently.
We're getting close with it. But yeah, I can tell you, and I just got a thing in for November for a huge event in LA for a promotion to possibly, I'm not going to give too many, I'm debating if I'm going to take this or not. It's a huge opportunity to go do something non-AEW or WWE. But stuff is coming in. I think as people hear that I'm getting better, I've other promotions, a Scotland one that I've worked for, promotions are starting to email again, asking when I'm going to be available. So no matter what, once I get cleared and I announce I'm cleared, I think it's going to be, I won't have to just try to go to AEW or Impact. I could actually just go do the indies and I think do extremely well if I wanted to go that route, or if that is the only route that is maybe, it might be AEW goes, hey, we want to see if you could still work. I might have to go do a few things, and I have no problem doing that with that.
That's so good to hear. Like, I think
with a rumor claiming that Triple H has openly criticized plans for Logan Paul to win the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Steve Carey of Ringside News wrote that Money in the Bank is this Saturday, but WWE has made their decision about winners weeks ago. That being said, the report going around about how Triple H isn't a fan of any decided finish is 100% untrue. Yesterday, WRKD Wrestling reported this regarding the ladder match. While LA Knight and Damian Priest are the current favorites to win the upcoming Money in the Bank match, there have been internal pitches to give the win to Logan Paul. Some feel that Paul holding the briefcase would bring publicity and put more eyes on the company. Touching on the possibility of Randy Orton making his return to WWE at the upcoming Premium Live event, Steve Carey of Ringside News wrote that WWE is making a lot of plans for Money in the Bank, but don't expect to see Randy Orton. We were told everyone internally knows his timetable, and this is not it. As Drew McIntyre has been away from WWE programming, PW Insider Elite said this about his potential return. In regard to a potential Drew McIntyre return, while WWE Creative had been looking into him returning as soon as this weekend's Money in the Bank event, we were told that nothing has been set in stone for any sort of direction for McIntyre on the Raw brand. It's not a lock that it will go down this weekend, and as of today, there wasn't any buzz internally about McIntyre being included in the London pay-per-view. According to a report from NBC26, a non-profit group known as Jake's Network of Hope had attempted to host a pro wrestling event and use the proceeds for charity. One of the wrestlers booked on this show was cousin of Roman Reigns and former MLW champion Jacob Fatu. He would tell Jakes at the last minute that he would not be able to make the flight to the event. In the days following this, Fatu would allegedly cease all communication with the charity as well as the promoter who got Fatu in touch with Jakes. The total cost of booking Fatu was $2,633, with over $1,000 having already been prepaid. It would then be revealed through posts from other organizations online that he has done this multiple times. And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.